whether it's Twitter, all throughout the different timelines, man, people always be hollering about their special person or a person that they interested in or somebody that they got their eye on, the person that they are admiring or whatever like that. And this other half that, if this person act right, act accordingly, move right, this can be us type deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I be feeling kind of it's not my business just from my outsider looking in. I be feeling kind of conflicted because it's like sometimes, when you sit back and you see people, man, and they say, they have healed from the last, relationship traumas and things of that nature, and they ready to move forward. But you see a consistent behavior that they, they live out through daily.
Okay.
And sometimes a lot of people gonna say, they always try to disguise it as comedic relief throughout these behaviors, but these behaviors don't show growth. Okay. These behaviors don't show maturity. These things that you constantly, because I look at it like this. I feel like when you look at up and down the timeline, and a lot of people would like to say that things that come to social media is just a stunt or flicks or some people just trying to put on and do extra for the social media. But you got to understand, this stuff comes from the mind that was not on social media at one point. This stuff comes from the mind of the person that wasn't on social media X amount of hours ago. So I know a lot of people always want to say, well, people come to social media be tripping, folks be doing too much. But all this stuff comes from the mind of a person who's not on here all the time. It comes from the reality of that person's mind.
Yeah.
So in reality, the behaviors that they exude and they live out online is really who they are.
Yeah.
Especially if you do it in a constant and consistent basis.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't show preparation for that other half. And with that being said, that's pretty much our forerunning topic of the night. Preparing for that other half. Preparing for that other half. As y'all already know, man, I've been in a relationship 20 years. So I maybe can do a little talking about, how I was before, but Roti right now, he's still in that position to where, he making up his mind when it comes to who his queen gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah.
With that, Roti, and I'm finna drop the link off on the page real quick before we get too deep.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you this question, and I want you to think about it.
Okay.
While I'm typing to send out the link, I'm gonna type and send out the link, but I want you to kind of think about it.
Okay.
What are you doing to prepare for your special half, your other half? Just let that simmer for a while I drop this link on the timeline real quick.
Okay.
You can still hear me, right?
Oh yeah.
What are you doing to prepare for your second half?
Okay.
Or your other half?
Okay.
Think about that. Let that run. Let that run through your mind.
Yeah, that's definitely an intricate question. You know what I mean? Because I definitely don't think you could just be one-sided with that. So yeah, that's definitely a good one. And while you're typing it, I do believe you definitely have something to add to this a lot. Because you already found your other half. So but correct me if I'm wrong. Have you been married for 20 years, brother?
No, I haven't been married for 20 years. I've been married for 10.
You've been married for 10. So,
yeah.
It was 10 years, before you got married where, well, I don't know how long it took for you to prepare yourself until you made up in your mind you was going to marry, Miss Boss. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely can speak on that. You know, I'm pretty sure you remember. You know what I mean? But I'm granted it's 10 years ago, but I definitely think you can definitely add value to this conversation too, my brother. You know, but you know, I hope somebody hit that link because that's definitely that ain't no, you know, that's not a
that ain't nothing.
That ain't a cupcake of a question right there, man. That's a lot, brother.
That ain't nothing light, huh?
Yeah, at all.
So, with that being said, man, and before we get too deep,
okay.
Just from me to you, you know, we gonna give people time. We gonna give people time to hit that link.
Okay.
And but yourself as a man, because let me start with me first.
Okay.
Because I got into a relationship real early. Like I said, I started dating my significant other when I was 19. So 19-year-old me and 38-year-old me was thinking two different wavelengths, two different frequencies in life.
I bet.
So I can rightfully say the first 10 years, I was just surviving, hoping that I don't do nothing too fucked up to where that significant other that I had wouldn't dip.
During that first 10 years, did you know, or did you have an inkling that you was gonna marry this woman?
Yeah, I had an inkling. Real talk, I had an inkling that I was gonna marry her. Okay, this is crazy, man, and a lot of people not gonna believe it. I'm a firm believer in the scriptures. I'm a firm believer as people that we are supposed to meet our significant other, our significant half. When we was young, we both virgins, no experience sexually, and all through grade school and through college, we focus on our money and we focus on building a bond, a friendship. We spend all these years of being friends. We have these friendships that we built, and then by the time we graduate from college, you know, or some maybe a little bit after that, by the time we graduate from college, you look at that person and you be like, man, I can't live without her. I can't live without you.
Yeah.
We've been knowing each other for the last 10 or 15 years as friends. Yeah, we go on dates. We know each other in and out. We know each other's people. We never crossed that line because, you know, we was taught not to cross that line. You know, we did buck the system or whatever like that. And I want to spend the rest of my life on the other end now, on the adult end, getting to experience and getting to know you as my wife. You never knew nobody. I never knew nobody. So when we come together after we got married, ain't nobody can tell us that we doing something wrong to each other. Why? Because she got no experience and I got no experience. And all we doing is experiencing with each other. So who's to say who's wrong or who's right?
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, when you walk in with experience, and she walk in with maybe 2 or 3 guys of experience, and you walk in as a young man, 50, 60 girls of experience, there's already an imbalance.
Yeah, it is.
Even with those 2 or 3 guys, she's still not gonna have what you've been used to getting out of these 60 or these 30 or these 40 or however how hard you've been going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell people all the time, when experience kills the game. A lot of people always want to be like, nah, man, I need somebody who's experienced. I get what you're saying now in this world because the world is already tainted, flipped upside down. It's gone. So I get it. You want somebody with experience because you just want to feel instant gratification. If you listen to people who talk about they want somebody with experience, it's always about instant gratification. It's because that's all experience is, instant gratification. I don't have to worry about trying to coach nobody through how to make me feel. They already know how to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They really did fill out the application and they knew how to do the job ASAP. Instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? But when you decide to go and try to date with someone, go be with someone, and the experience don't add up, and now you love the fact that maybe your significant other is inexperienced, because that's a plus. Because you thinking like, man, at least the streets ain't had her way with her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least the streets ain't have it, his way with her.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing. You can catch one like that. But when you've been used to manhandling the streets how you want to, that's
a tough act to follow, bro.
It's a tough act to follow for somebody who don't have the experience.
Yeah.
And you have to be very, very disciplined to want to be like, yeah, I'm gonna hang tight here because I know it's best for me. And let's be honest, you know us as human beings, bro. We've been bucking the system since Adam and Eve, bro.
Yeah. Start out the gate.
Out the gate, people been bucking the system.
Yeah.
So with that being said, man, me, when it came to dealing with my significant other, preparing for, like I said, the first 10 years, man, I knew I was gonna work hard. I knew I was gonna attempt to go to college. I knew I was gonna get a JLB to make some money. But even though I knew for a fact, bro, that I was gonna marry her, but I still had to take into the account that in the way the world was shaped then.
Yeah.
See, I understand perfectly how the world was supposed to be. I understand that we didn't get the slate of world that we were supposed to get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand it. So we got to operate on what the world is today.
True.
And what the world was at that time, I had to understand. Young, maybe entertaining 2 or 3 dudes at a time. Not saying she's sleeping with them, but you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like back, like very, very back, like you gotta think about it, man. Back then, like way back then, 40, 50, 60s, 30s, 20s, man, a woman would lock in on a man, and that was the only man who had her attention.
Yeah.
Not now, man. Nowadays, these women, it's a different world. Nowadays, these women, 7 different men got their attention. A different man got their attention every day of the week.
Yeah.
It's a different ball game. These streets have been flipped upside down.
Yeah, man. What's the name? Gotti, what do you say, man? Where it go down? In the DM.
In the DM.
You said 7, man. It might be like 700.
Exactly.
Depending on how big of a follower she got and how her attractiveness to certain people, man. DMs be flooded, bro. I done seen it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I done seen it. So I mean, like you said, this is go 10 years ago. In 2011, I don't think it was really like that how it is now, because we was just on the precipice. If we just talk about like
precipice of social media and stuff.
Social media, yeah, that was in its infancy. You know what I mean? So, but now, it's live, bro. You know what I mean?
People have to understand in these times, in social media times moving forward, dating has moved into a mode of hyper speed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like how they used to have speed dating.
Yeah.
Nah, this date is cyber speed.
Yeah, it is.
Because everything is so instant gratification and on the move so quick. I feel like it's really hard for the average person to be able to prepare for a significant other. Why? Because the person that you preparing for, if you decide to really give that person a shot and be disciplined, they may not be all about you. It's hard to prepare, because think about it. Let's be honest. It's like playing on a team, bro.
Okay.
It's hard to give your coach your all when your coach showing you that he wanna go to a different route that's not you.
Yeah.
It's hard to play for somebody who's showing you that it's hard to play for somebody who's showing you that they don't really care if you're on the team or not.
Yeah. That's tough.
You know, you just another, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they ain't even giving you no believing you speech. They ain't even giving you no proper time, and they ain't even talking to you. They ain't even going over the plays with you. They ain't even really giving you no expectation. It's just kind of like, you know, you just got to win my attention, and that's it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this person is doing that with literally in this cyber speed, social media age, literally hundreds of other people.
Yeah.
Relationships nowadays are not even getting the proper time because everybody thinking because they got each other's body, they got that person's mind.
Nah, I don't work like that.
You can lay in the bed with a person and they mind will be a million miles away.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
you just got them skins.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? You just in them goods. You in them goods in Texas, but they mind we're in France.
Yeah.
You feel me? You in them guts on Monday, but they mind on day 6, 7, and 8 for the rest of the week.
Yeah. Like you say, in Europe somewhere. You know what I mean?
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like in these days, man, it's like it's gonna take some real true discipline to even get to a point to where you're gonna be able to prepare for your other half, man, because I feel like a lot of these people who's trying to build to a relationship, they're not even getting a proper chance, bro. You're not even getting a person who's properly trying to show you that they really just about you. You know what I'm saying? And then when somebody show you that they just not about you, bro, it's easy for you to be like, man, I'm gonna go on here. I gotta keep my ace in my back pocket now, man, because
that's it.
That joker probably gonna flee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's especially with how many times we done strolled down the TL and it's a beautiful woman. Like soon as you open it up, you know what I mean, with a picture of whatever, you know what I mean. So, like you said, I think discipline is a great word. You know what I mean. And to answer the question fully, man. How am I preparing for my other half? Is really trying to be the best man that I can be daily. I believe firmly that we'll never have all the answers. You know what I mean? But if you can learn something new or pick up something that you didn't know yesterday, then that's the road you need to be headed down. But more specifically, I'll say this. I've been, this internet, man, it's a tool. You know what I mean?
It's a tool, yeah.
I say this, man. It's ways out there, because just opening Twitter and scrolling and interacting with certain people, they're like, man, you could make money off. It's a whole bunch of ways to get money online. You know what I mean? Legally. You know what I'm saying? So I say the most effort that I've been putting in is trying to see what lane to go down to make to make some internet bread, some e-money. You know what I mean? And I'm really just in the research phase of it now and seeing what lane fits me, and seeing what direction I want to go. That's and I'm not saying that I'm perfect, because I'm not. We'll never be perfect. In my opinion, I believe that as a man, you got to have your money right. Especially if you talk about another half, you know what I mean? I'm not the type of man that's like 50-50 or I get it. If
you get the concept,
I get the concept, but me and in my if you just ask me who am I at the core, I'm the man. I got it. You know what I'm saying? So if I did meet that other half, you come live with me. I got the bills. You know what I'm saying? That's just who I am. You know what I mean? So the most thing is looking for ways and what lane to really just get this money. You know what I'm saying? And be honest with you, I believe that what we doing now, is my purpose. You know what I'm saying? So who knows where God will take this? You know what I'm saying? So granted, if we keep going, who knows if the money will come from this? It's possible. You know what I mean? Right. So that's really what I believe that I'm doing. And on a smaller scale, I'm like I ask you questions about. I go to people that's in healthy relationships and I
Right.
see what they're doing, or even people that's around me that's not in healthy relationships. Okay, well I see what
What not to do.
not to do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
like, I feel like just observing and working on yourself and just knowing yourself, trying to be as a complete of a person that I can be for when I do meet her, and knowing what I want, and if she's complete, then we can come together and fill each other's voids or holes and all of that. Then we can go from there. You know what I mean? And we man, there, it's been a minute since I tried to shoot, since somebody was even in my radar. So
yeah.
It ain't no baby mama drama, or ain't no girl from the past that would stop. That would block the right one from coming.
Right.
But that's all I can do. You know what I mean? So like, just to answer your question, man, really just focusing on how to expand money, invest, or whatever. You know what I mean? And get that squared away, and then just the people around me or the people that I see, seeing what they doing, just peeping other relationships. Okay, pick up something from them and what not to do, and just trying to be the best man that I can be. Because at the end of the day, if that woman was dropped into my life, I do believe that I'll know how to treat her. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But just trying to be the best man I can be every day, I guess, is the overarching answer to that question. You know what I mean? And it ain't no drama on my end. I say that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if somebody come from 10 years ago, okay, look, we'll handle that together. You know what I'm saying? But as far as now, I'm just focused on ride, man. You know what I mean? Trying to on this purpose and what we doing, brother. You know what I mean? Trying to be the best man I can be. To be honest with you, because like you said, I do believe that a lot of these people nowadays, they'll go through something traumatic or they'll go through a breakup, but they never deal with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just jump into a new situation and never, and then the problems come to this one. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
So I don't want to be that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to just deal with the woman based on who she is. You know what I'm saying? Right. Not nobody from the past or none of that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's pretty much, my answer in a nutshell, my brother. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that if she came, you'll never be 100% ready for something life changing like that. You just, you try to get ready and you'll go day by day with it. You know what I'm saying? Just try to be the best you can, in everything you do, my brother. But that's really what I think,
Yeah.
Well,
so, and this is what I want a lot of people to understand, and I want people to think about real quick, because somehow, some way down deep in this world, we came across the ideology that everyone is going to have somebody, some all throughout the lie, the lie of not the scriptures, but the lie of what they call religion. People have gotten this concept of soulmate and gotten these concepts of somebody that's going to be for them. And in reality, I want people, when you think about preparing for your other half, now this is the problem. Yes, your other half can be another human being that you get married to. Another that man can be. Okay, this is what I want people to understand.
Okay.
Yes, the good Lord above says the man is made for the woman and the woman is made for the man. Yes, the good Lord said that. But he didn't say every man was going to have a woman. And he didn't say every woman was going to have a man.
Very true.
Yeah. He did say marriage is honorable in all who do it. It's honorable.
Yeah.
But it never said everybody was going to have or going to be in a relationship.
It's true. It's true.
So with that being said, for those who out there preparing for their other half, have you ever thought of the idea that your other half may just be your space? Your other half, just truly gonna be me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
Your other half is gonna be, the silence. Your other half is going to be your peace. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, some people peace. Have you ever seen a person that they value peace so much that they get desires here and there to be with someone because you get a desire to want to feel that friction, that touch. But at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, they don't have a desire to be in a relationship and be committed to nobody because their peace means so much to them.
Yeah.
Their independence means so much to them.
Yeah.
Their freedom means so much to them. And guess what? You lose that. You don't necessarily just lose it all, but you have to go through a process of letting that person that you become one flesh with now they got to understand how you rock. Yeah. And now you got to understand how they rock. Yeah. And a lot of people, that's rocky, and it becomes difficult for a long time. And some of those people, before the difficultiness is gone, they already split and going their separate ways. Yeah. That's very valid point. When it comes to preparing for your other half, I want people to understand, what if your other half is your peace? What if your other half is your independence? What if your other half is your space? Your independence. What if that's your other half? Have you ever thought about that? Why? I'm going to tell you what got my mind racing on that. I was reading the scriptures. Okay. And I'm reading over the divorce and the remarriage and divorce stuff that people have been fighting over with for years in the scriptures. And man, you know what? Let me pull it up.
Okay. Oh, okay. You got it on deck, huh, brother?
I'm gonna pull it up right now. Okay. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Let me type it in real quick. All right. I'm finna share my screen, Roti. Okay. And we're gonna get into some. And this is what got me rolling a little bit thinking about this.
This is the inspiration, my brother.
Well, yeah, this was part of the inspiration that had me talking about thinking. Okay. Thinking when it comes to all right. You can see the screen? Yeah. Let me hit back over here. I want to see if we can see each other. Yeah. All right. But you can't. I don't know if you can see that just fine, right?
Yeah, we good.
You can see the wording on the scriptures and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Matthew chapter 19.
Yeah, Matthew chapter 19. Let me try to see if I can enlarge this thing. All right. Now, let me go on down here, and it gets to talking about the divorce and stuff. We'll talk about that another day. Okay. Well, we're not gonna get into like deep detail about it, but let me just talk about it. Okay. All right. It goes, all right, the Pharisees and the Sadducees asking Christ about being able to get divorced. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Or is it lawful to be able to put away your wife for every cause, for anything? You know what I'm saying? And it goes, he answered and said unto them, have you not read that he which made them in the beginning made them male and female, and said, for this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. Them two shall become one.
Yep.
Wherefore they are no more two, they are no more twain, but they are one flesh. He reiterated that again. Y'all not two no more, y'all are one.
Yep.
He says, now this is what God's telling you that he won't out top. What therefore God had joined together, let no man put asunder. God telling you off top. I'm telling you, no matter what you stand in front of me and I join together, which means when you come and we get married, and you stand, whether in the court of law, whether it's in the court, whether it's in the church, or it's in the court of law, whoever has the right and the authority to do a marriage, that's what God has joined together. Why? Because the concept of marriage comes from God. God he's telling you right now. Now people want to say, well, the red in the scriptures mean the times that Jesus talked. No, Jesus talked all through the whole scriptures. You know what I'm saying? But because this is the problem, because in some scriptures it's blue. You know what I'm saying? So Jesus talked all through the whole scriptures, but that's a whole nother note. But he's telling you right now, what therefore God had joined together, let no man put asunder. So that's telling you right there, once you get together, God told you, don't let nobody tear it apart.
There ain't no going back.
Ain't no going back. Don't let nobody tear it apart.
Yeah.
That's what God telling you, that's what he preferred right there.
Yep.
Don't let no. But this is the problem. God know we've been bucking the system since Adam and Eve, like I told you. So God know people been bucking the system.
Yeah.
God know people been going against the grain.
Yeah.
Now, to fast forward, it says, then I say unto you, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away? Now, look at what they just said. Why did Moses command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away? Now, Rod, if I tell you I cook chicken and green beans, am I telling you I only cook chicken and chicken?
No, you're saying you cook chicken and green beans.
So that and let you know that means two different things, right?
Two different things, yep.
That and is a clarification that when I say writing of divorcement and put her away, that lets you know those are two different steps to the process.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? Now, it says, he said unto them, Moses, because the hardness of your heart suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning, it was not so. So they go back again and tell you from the beginning, God said now.
Yeah.
From the beginning, God said no. From the beginning, it wasn't so. Now, now you have to think about it. I want you to focus on the type of person that he's talking to. Now, before I get to this point, let me finish reading this.
Okay.
Now it says, Moses, for the hardness of your heart, suffered you to put away your wives, but in the beginning it was not so. And I say unto you, whosoever put his wife away, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, commits adultery. So what that tells you, if you put your wife away, except it be for fornication, and marry another, commits adultery.
Yeah.
And whosoever marry her who's put away commits adultery.
Wow. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's telling you.
Yeah. Everybody committing it.
If you are separating from your person. Now, what throw people off right here is except it be for fornication. Now, that's not the main point. We'll get to that on another day. I'll explain all that another time. But let me keep going. His disciples, now he's talking to the disciples now. First Jesus was talking to the Pharisees, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Pharisees also, now back at verse 3, the Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him. They was tempting him. They was trying to set him up and get him to stumble, trying to catch him slipping. They was tempting him and saying unto him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? They was trying to get him to be like, yo, whatever you want to put your wife away, do it. That's what they was trying to get Christ to fall in that. And Christ knew they was. So at the beginning, Christ was talking to a people who already had in their mind that they want to get this divorce and move on anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to understand, when he talking about this down here, about being divorced, about the fornication and stuff like that, that's because he's talking to people who already got it in their mind that they want to get a divorce and remarry and keep divorce and remarry anyway.
Exactly. Yep.
See, he not talking to when he finna come down here and talk to his disciples. His disciples are people that's like, Jesus, well, for those of us who marry, like we don't want to get divorced.
Yeah.
That you talking to two different groups of people.
Exactly. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? That's what people have to understand. You talking to two different groups of people. The first people are telling you, hey man, we want to know we can dump on side of the road.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, he for to tell his disciples, he says, his disciples said unto him, if this be the case, if this the case of a man be so with his wife, it is not good to marry.
He talking about when he talking about have sex?
What he's saying is the disciples were saying, well, if this be the case, if you got to go through all this to separate from a woman, it's best for you
not get married.
To not get married.
Got you.
And I'm gonna tell you why the disciples said that. Because you have to understand, at this point in time, Jesus wasn't at the cross yet.
Yeah.
Jesus didn't die, and then he didn't resurrect, and he didn't open up the disciples understanding and made them apostles yet.
Yeah.
So they was asking him, that they were still stuck in awe, like, okay, we know you've been teaching us, Jesus, but if a man got to go through all this, it's best for him not to get married. Because they didn't have the revelation yet, because God didn't open up their understanding yet. Why? Because Jesus didn't fulfill what he came to do yet.
Yeah.
They understanding didn't come open until after Jesus fulfilled what he had to do.
True.
So they were still right here, like, well, hold on, man. If you talk about a man fornicating and stuff like that, but married people commit adultery, like if they didn't understand it at first.
Yeah.
So they was like, man, if it takes all this, it's the disciples said, well, it's just don't get married.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the point?
What's the point of getting married?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Jesus said, but I say unto them, all men can't receive this saying. All men ain't gonna be able to understand this. Why? Because they don't have they didn't have the revelation then.
Yeah. They
didn't understand it. Why? Jesus didn't give them everything yet.
True.
You see what I'm saying? He had to see how faithful they was to want everything.
Yeah.
So that nobody could understand it yet.
Yeah.
So he says, all men can't receive this saying, save to whom it is given. He has to give you that understanding for you to understand what's going on right here.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, and then this is what got me thinking about people finding their other half. It says, for there are some that are eunuchs, which were so born from their mother's womb. And then there are some eunuchs which was made eunuch of men. And then there were eunuchs which was made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it. Now, when it comes to eunuchs, now, for people who don't understand what a eunuch is a D6 person. What is a D6? A eunuch is a person that's abstaining. A eunuch is a person that is keeping a virginity, or not necessarily just keeping a virginity. A eunuch is a person that's abstaining or they keeping their virginity. It comes in stages. It's as simple as this.
Okay.
Either you keeping your virginity from birth. You have no fleshly, like, you don't have a problem with abstaining from the sin of fornicating, which having sex before marriage. Okay. So you're a eunuch from birth. God, and somehow, some way, people don't understand you.
Oh, that's all right, right too.
But you had it's just like yeah, you may have the desire to want to be with a woman, but it just never bothered you. Like, it's just like you got some sustaining peace about the situation, some a sustaining discipline that it just don't bother you like that. You see what I'm saying? That it comes from birth. It just don't bother you. Some people break it. It don't. Some people just don't got it. And then it says you become a eunuch through men. Now, when you become a eunuch through men, is that some things that you may do to yourself that may cause you to not want to be with a woman. Okay. Now, at the end of the day, it could be the fact that you became a D6 person because maybe you took a lot of steroids and now you're impotent. Got you. Or you didn't took so much, methamphetamines or something like that you became impotent. Yeah. Or you mess up your body chemistry. Or something to mess up your body chemistry because or you didn't hurt yourself or something like that. Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? So you may have a desire, but you abstain from sex because at the end of the day, you have the mental desire, but your body just ain't acting accordingly. Okay, got you. So you could become a eunuch in that. Now, this is the problem. The difference in the process is the motive in your heart. Because a person who came from birth may have a pure heart and be like, nah, I just don't. I don't even want to ruin a friendship, ruin a woman like that. I ain't trying to ruin myself. Your motives is pure. But this other person who's been doing it, but then something happened to them to where they can't do it no more, they might still have bad motives at heart. Yeah, that's different. It's a difference. And then it says, then you become immune. Then you become third, you become a eunuch for the kingdom of God's sake, which means the kingdom of heaven's sake, which means at the end of the day, something in your life then grabs you and the spirit of God is over you. All of a sudden you want to live for God now. So you abstain. You don't want to get down no more. You tell everybody, I've been there. This ain't did me no good. I'm waiting to marry. I want to wait to marriage. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the best thing for me. I done had my ups and downs. Nah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm serving the Lord, or I'm gonna devote my life to Christ. I don't even want about getting married and things of that nature. So you become a eunuch. Now, what I'm saying is, with that, now let me unshare this. Let me stop the share on that page. That's what got me rolling and thinking about when people are preparing for their other half. What if your other half is a life of Christ? What are you doing to prepare for that? See, prepare for your other half is just not preparing to go lay down with another flesh. Yeah. This is what I want people to understand. Or have you recognized what your other half is, and what are you doing to prepare for it? Are you preparing for that husband if you want it? Are you preparing for that wife if you want it? Or are you preparing to give your life to Christ if that's what you want to do? Or what's your preparation for that? Yeah. I want you to think about that, because like I said, everybody, and it doesn't mean that they homosexual because they not. Some people just want to live for different purposes. Yeah, that's true. So what if you want to what if you wanted to devote yourself to being a great uncle or a great aunt, and you don't want no kids? So your other half is doing what's best for your family. What's your preparation for that?
It's true.
So I want people to understand that preparing for your other half don't necessarily mean walking down the aisle to an altar and getting married to somebody else.
Yeah.
You could be preparing yourself for your purpose.
Yeah.
You could be preparing yourself for just anything in life.
Yeah.
But what are you doing to prepare for that other half?
You went definitely in depth on that. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like we're saying the same thing. If first of all, you got to know who you are. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And knowing, if you are meant to be married, or I say it like this. I think you should definitely be every day, trying to put the best product, trying to be the best man or woman you can be unto God first. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And whatever purpose He got for you. You know what I mean? And if you're doing that, then I said like the way I look at it, if I could just be introspective and just keep it real with everybody that's watching, either way, let's just say, if there isn't a wife out there for me, and if it's just to, let's just say, do this, or talk to people, or just be, if my purpose is to do something other than that, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? So I might be, it sounds like your boy might be the first unit. You know what I'm saying? If we just keep it real, but if there was if God did bless me with a woman like that's the one, then yeah, I can do that too. You know what I mean? But like, I guess the easy way to say it is whatever God's will be, let it be done. You know what I'm saying? If you have that mentality, if you're a Christian, if you believe in the Most High and all that, then every day you should be working towards whatever His will is, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Whatever in His life, whatever He has for you to do that with your all as unto God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's all I want. I want people to understand, and like I say, because what I had a conversation with a young lady, and I don't really want to put her name out here.
Okay.
And we was talking, and she was just like, what, I'm a mother. I got X amount of kids, and I got X amount of kids, and I really don't have time for a relationship, so I just take what I can get. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, taking what you can get is really just fornicating, because you're not married to nobody.
Yeah.
And you just sleeping around whenever you can get it. And in my mind, I'm like, don't you ever think that maybe what you selling it for and that was not what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to be devoting your life to something.
Yeah. Something bigger.
Something bigger than that.
Yeah.
But you selling it for being just a part-time, part-time piece of game, part-time fling for somebody here and there. That's not your purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I understand you have your 3 or 4 kids, and your life at this moment you can't even fathom how you would even be able to marry somebody right now who would be able to, who would want to accept you with 3 or 4 kids.
Yeah.
Like, you can't fathom that. So at the end of the day, if you can't fathom that and you don't see it, but your life is not meant for you to just be laying around with somebody here and there, just to get an itch scratch, maybe your life was meant to be devoted to a purpose then. Have you ever thought about it? And she was like, well, I never thought about it that way. But sometimes so many of, like I said, us as people, we be bucking against the system, we be bucking against the grain, and we want that instant gratification, we want that flesh feel, we want that itch scratched. So you throw all caution to the wind and everything to the side, because
it's what I want.
Gratification. It's just what I want
to do. What I want to do. Yeah.
Have you ever thought preparing for your other half was what does God want from you?
Yeah.
You know, or have you ever thought about how God, like, let me fast and see what can I do to help you?
Yeah.
Because this is the problem. People, I get it. We say God is the Almighty and He don't need no help. God always, need people to operate in.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
You
true.
know, so
That's
you
true.
gotta think about it. Maybe your life is, maybe your other half is about doing something, like you said, doing something for the kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but with that being said, man, I don't want to get too deep.
Yeah.
I just want to let people know, man. Whatever you got, whatever stages you in life, and whatever you looking for, if you want to fill that gap, I guess, of a companion, it's simply what are you doing to prepare for that person? Now I could honestly sit down here and give you a rundown of what I think people should be doing or whatever, but that's not me, because why? Everybody's situation is customized.
Exactly.
They customize it different. Everybody requires different things from different people. So me just giving you a top 10 list, top 15 list may not do nothing, because everybody customize their life different. That's why it's good. That's why we put the link out, because we wanted people to come in and give what they feel like that they should be doing.
Yeah.
Or what they working towards or whatever. Yeah. So everybody kind of should know like what they are, working towards, what they looking for and what they want. Yeah. And it's simple. Okay. Once you recognize what you want, which the sad part about it is I honestly just believe that a large part of a large majority of people really just don't know what they want.
It's true. Yeah.
So
I believe a lot of people don't really know who you can't really know what you want until you know who you are first. You know,
so you know who you are.
Then you can find out what
it is,
what you want. Yeah.
So just when it comes to preparing for the other half, I just want people to think about it. It's not just preparing for another person. It could be preparing for another part of a purpose. It could be preparing something for God. It can be preparing to take on a large brunt of what's going on in your family. Because the reality is, man, a lot of us, we have lives and